Can't put all that on there.
All right, thanks for tuning in to 6 Degrees of Film Degrees. My name's Ben. I'm sitting here with Tessa and Eric.
Hello.
Hello.
And then we have a guest today, Ren Soren.
Yay!
Hello.
He's the man you just fucking heard it. I think that was the most fun doing any of these intros, I think, to be honest with you.
You all have heard Ren throughout the entirety of the podcast.
Fun facts by Tessa.
There he is again.
That's him. That's him. And the outro music.
Right.
He's done a lot. Thank you, Ren.
There was one episode where I used like the whole thing, and then we kept the 6 degrees of film degrees. We kept that as the outro.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you
The
enjoyed
one
it.
and only. He's here.
Yes,
What better way to do our last episode of this quote-unquote season?
Right.
This is episode 12.
Oh, boy.
We made it.
We did it.
4 full cycles.
Yep.
But yeah, today we're doing the Birdcage.
I'm so excited.
All right, Tessa, why did you choose the Birdcage?
Because it's the best fucking movie ever. No, I'm kidding. Kind of. But it probably is my favorite movie of all time. However, for the sake of the podcast, I do want to just mention that I didn't really even have a choice. Like, Ben comes home and he's like, I know what movie you're going to choose next. And I'm thinking, yeah, right. Now I'm totally going to choose something like off the wall, right? And then I'm looking at, we follow actors or directors. I was thinking, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to like follow a producer or, and just mix it up from the actors. But no, the Birdcage was an option. Therefore, I followed Christine Baranski.
She's amazing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's fabulous.
She was hilarious in The Ref.
Yes, she's great. And I followed her to the Birdcage.
Now what are we going to do for Christmas? Celebrate the birth of Christ.
I just love her. But yes, that is how we got here. But yeah, it just happens to be one of my favorite movies
Dude,
of all
ironically,
time.
I always think of her in The Grinch. That's like my go-to with her.
I don't remember her in The Grinch.
She plays,
I do vaguely. I remember her. in it.
She's Martha May Huvier.
Dude, I've seen that movie once. I have no idea. I know Cindy Lou Who is in a metal band now.
She sure is, yeah.
She's what band is it? Not the Pretty Reckless, or is it the Pretty Reckless?
It might be.
I think so. I can't remember. I'd have to. Who's got the Googles? Anyway,
I have too many tabs open on my phone because I left my notes, my printed, very nice, beautiful notes on the trunk of the car as we drove away today.
I didn't see anything flapping in my rear view. But anyway,
Who knows?
what was that? It was a ghost again.
There's someone on the train.
But yes, so
Faster, Ned, faster! I can't. It's a Geo.
God damn it, Tessa. Okay, but yes, so we're doing the Birdcage today, and the Birdcage is a 1996 all-star comedy starring Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, Hank Azaria, and Gene Hackman. The Birdcage had a budget of $31 million, grossing $124 million domestically and $185 million worldwide.
And for 96 and a comedy, a rated R comedy, that's pretty fucking good.
With gays?
Oh my God, the gays. Get them out of here. I'm a Republican. I can't be seen with the gays.
Well, look at that. People fucking loved it because it was great.
Got Gene Hackman in a dress.
Right?
I know, it was great.
Can we talk about Gene's hair at the end? I mean, really, it was fitting.
We'll get to it.
It was kind of like Paula Deen-esque, but better.
But I thought it was funny that like the quote unquote political aspect of it, they just super exaggerated everything, like as you do in movies.
Right. Yeah.
They just took the most
Wait.
right-wing person imaginable and, times
He
10.
died in what bed? Of a prostitute? Oh, she was a minor? And black? It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yes. So that's what we got going on here today. Armand Goldman, played by Robin Williams, is the owner of a drag club in South Beach called The Birdcage. His life partner, Albert, played by Nathan Lane, is refusing to go on stage at the opening of the movie. Agador, played by Hank Azaria, is trying to convince Albert to go on, but the stagehand comes up to see if he should put Carmen on instead. Obviously, Albert decides to go on stage. The show must go on. Once upstairs, Armand's son, Val, who resulted from Armand's drunken one-night stand with a woman named Catherine, comes home to announce that he has proposed to his girlfriend. Although unhappy about the news, Armand agrees to support Val. Unfortunately, Barbara's parents are the ultra-conservative Republican Senator Kevin Keeley, played by Gene Hackman, and his wife, Louise. Kevin, as we were just talking about, finds out the co-founder of the Coalition of Moral Order is found dead in the bed of an underage prostitute. Louise and Barbara end up convincing Kevin that a visit to meet the family of his daughter's fiancé in Miami, while using the trip to evade the press, is the best option.
The beginning of this movie is so fucking amazing. Like Nathan Lane in his prime.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, Nathan Lane is just owning this role.
I was going to say, he's 100% the best part of the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah. And actually, at this point, he hadn't come out yet.
No, not till 1999.
Right. So, but I mean, the performance.
I watched an interview from 1996 with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane on Oprah.
Yeah.
And she was prodding him about like, are you worried about, you'll get typecast as like,
Oprah.
Well, Oprah was a cunt for years, and she has maintained this sainthood somehow.
It's the TV channel.
I was just like, you fucking bitch.
She has her own TV channel.
Right. I thought that was interesting. Do you have anything about Steve Martin?
I do. I guess I'll mention first that originally Steve Martin was going to be cast as Armand. I can see that.
I could too.
I can see it. However, I don't think it's quite as good as what the chemistry between.
That's hard to picture.
Right?
I don't know. He does it so well, so I just can't even.
Right.
Steve Martin?
Well,
I don't know.
Robin, he had something else to do, so he backed out.
Right.
And then that was
Yeah.
Robin Williams' chance to get out of the limelight. He said he didn't want to do it because he already did a drag movie like the year prior.
He did
Right.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't really want to be that same exact character again. Let me try
Right.
something different.
Well, and I think it was him giving it somebody else the chance to be the goofball.
I was gonna say he like the movie does very well, like spotlighting, especially following Mrs. Doubtfire. With it definitely does that very well with giving it to Nathan Lane instead.
Yeah,
Nathan
I
Lane
agree.
is a gem. I fucking love that guy.
I mean, this was his like breakthrough movie role because at the time Nathan Lane was much bigger on Broadway at this moment. So this was kind of his big limelight role.
Wasn't he famous for like Guys and Gals or something like that?
And many others. So
Well,
he was.
He went on to Mouse Hunt after this.
I love Mouse.
Yeah, I
It's
like
one of my
Mouse
favorite
Hunt.
movies.
But yeah, so this was kind of his big starring role, and he crushed it. I've got a few fun facts to share before we really get into the meat of it.
I already played it, but I'll do it again.
Fun facts by Tessa!
I'm an idiot. I don't even need to program those
was
buttons
gonna
because
say,
he's
why-
sitting
why
right next
can't
to
we
me.
get-
Fun facts by Tessa! Yes. Yes, give those facts.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Give those facts.
One that I just shared with you, the breakout kind of movie role for Nathan Lane. And then also with 18.3 million, it had the highest weekend opening gross with an openly gay character in the lead. And they held that until 2009 when Bruno came out.
That was a weird movie.
I know. I'm like, man, Bruno beat it out. What the hell?
That's one way of putting it.
Right? Oh.
But yes, and then also I have to say it because I looked up how to say it before we started the podcast. But the screenplay is based on the well-known French farce.
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 The French farce.
The French farce.
French fries.
Farce.
I love French fries.
I'm hungry.
French farce, La Cage aux Folles. Right? Did I say that right? La Cage aux
I
Folles.
believe so. That was
La
1978.
Cage aux Folles. Yes, 1978. La Cage aux Folles. think
I
that's how
have
you
not
say it.
seen the original.
I haven't either. I just learned how to say it like 10 minutes ago. So that's where we're at. But
Well, and I know it takes place in the south of France, and it's Robin Williams is quoted saying they're very similar. South of France and South Beach.
yeah. There you go. Yep. So we've got that. And then also, I wanted to mention that Mike Nichols, the director, actually required that Nathan Lane and Robin Williams filmed at least one good take from the script before he allowed them to improvise, because they just, both of them, I mean, they were both known for it. And so they wanted to improvise and add all these like flares and fun things to their characters. And apparently, in order to kind of reel them in a little bit, he's like, you got to give me one take that's actually the script, okay? And then you can roll with it and have fun.
No, that was great. I just didn't realize John Wayne walked like that.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I wonder if that, I'm sure
That had to have
that
been
had to have
improvised.
been improvised, I think.
That
But
poor
yes,
woman.
so he did have to kind of reel him in a little bit. But the chemistry was great between the two. I mean, it was just awesome, I thought.
Oh, definitely. I couldn't think of a more charismatic duo, but
Yeah.
I wanna give props to the mustache, Robin Williams' mustache.
Oh, dude.
There are very few people that can pull off a mustache, but he's got the face for it,
I agree.
and it's Sam Elliott level mustache.
I guess since we're on the lines of that, did we have a mullet in this movie? Did we see one?
I think we saw a couple.
Did we?
I don't know.
Couldn't remember.
I feel like the South Beach like skater folk that are just like rollerblading all the time
Did they have mullets?
in the movie.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I saw one with a mullet.
Then let me give Ren a little description. We have seen a mullet in every single fucking movie we've watched so far.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Even in the
every
newer
single
ones.
one.
Yeah.
Well,
Crazy.
was there one in Ghostbusters Afterlife?
I feel like there was.
There was.
Yeah,
It
there
was.
was. We mentioned it briefly.
I think it was one of the kids in school because we were
Yeah.
like the kids
There's a
are,
fucking mullet.
Yeah.
kids are bringing mullets back.
Yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
Weirdos. The bird. I was impressed by the Birdcage. How the stage was
I want to
immaculate.
go.
Dude, that place is fancy.
The wardrobe.
Oh, yeah.
They had their own wardrobe department. They had their own stage hands.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't some fucking basic bullshit Omaha open mic where all the drag queens have to do their own shit.
No, this is like burlesque level
Right.
shit. Like, where is Cher?
Plus, their apartment above it is like immaculate,
Beautiful.
dude.
With
Yeah.
dicks everywhere.
I love it. I think it's great.
Are these two people playing leapfrog on the china?
Oh, that's definitely a boy. I know one.
There's a girl on mine. I swear there's a girl. No.
But Nathan Lane has his panic attack. I'm not going on. I'm fat. I'm ugly. I'm this. I'm that. I can't do it. Nathan Lane. And Agador is trying to calm her down. Like, no, it's okay, honey. You can do it. I fucking love Hank Azaria. Hank
He
Azaria is a
is-
fucking stud.
Can we talk
Dude,
about
he
how
can-
beautiful Hank Azaria is in this film?
He's always been. Like, Run, Fat Boy, Run is one of my favorite movies.
He's like stunningly gorgeous
And that
as a
movie is-
human specimen.
Right. And Run, Fat Boy, Run is like 10 years later, and he still looks great. And he still looks great today.
He does.
So he hasn't really changed a whole
Yeah,
lot.
along came Paul. Anyone for scuba? Be like the hippo.
Yeah, I was just like, I mean, even in the man thong, I'm like, damn, I wish I looked like that.
You got a butt.
I mean,
Look at them
like,
glutes.
look at those glutes.
You're sitting there like, what the fuck are you guys talking
I
about?
know. Ren's
Right.
like, what did I get myself into with these fuckers?
You got to admit, Hank Azaria's got a great ass.
Sure.
He's very,
Right when
Svelte.
he leaves, he's like, you know what?
Yeah, he does.
He does.
he does.
He's got a Dolph Lundgren Punisher butt.
Yeah. Even with mascara on, too, because he wore mascara throughout the film. And I'm like, his
Dude,
his makeup's better than mine.
my favorite part about him is he couldn't walk in shoes.
No,
Dude, that's
You
the
bet-
best
you texted
part.
me
that is the best part.
Oh my god.
I can't get ever since I rewatched it because I hadn't seen it since cause it was one of my mom's favorite. I feel like that's all of ours.
Yeah.
And watching it as 30-plus-year-old opposed to like a 15-year-old, a lot of that shit I didn't catch or to even think about because I was just like, why are we watching this? Back then. But I appreciate it now. But no, 100%.
The shoes.
Best part, the shoes.
Oh my God. It was great.
Because he never wore them.
No, he wasn't used to it.
It's
And they
I
were
can't get him
clearly-
trying to walk out of my head.
They were
It's like-
too big. I
Yeah.
mean, really. Like, the shoes he had looked far too big.
But when him and Robin Williams are walking out of the dressing room, he's like, "You can't be giving her drugs." It's like, "It's okay, honey. They're aspirins. I just scratched off the A and the R on them, and it's okay."
The A and the S.
That is brilliant. Yes, I know.
You just scratch out the A and the S and they're Pirin
A,
tablets.
A and the S. That's right.
I need my Pirin tablets. Oh,
What are
here you
Perrin
go.
tablets? I don't know. I
have
never.
no idea.
I didn't look it up.
Pirin tablets?
Pirin?
Pirin.
Perrin?
Pirin is the last part of aspirin when you take the A and the S off.
Oh, I am fucking intelligent.
That's great.
I feel so smart right now. My Pirin tablets. The whole time it's
Swimming
aspirin.
in a sea of fucking dummies.
Oh, it's so great. This is
Dum
this
dum
is
dum
a
dum
shining
dum
moment
dum
for
dum
me.
dum dum dum.
And when I
I'm a
was-
dummy.
When I was younger, I never realized how they got like weird about the kids getting married at 20. But watching it as like a kid yourself, you're like, yeah, they're adult. Me looking back now, I'm like, yeah, I fucking get it.
Oh, I
That's-
totally
that's
get it.
scary.
She was.
What are you doing?
She just turned 18, I think, or she was
What
17
the
or 18,
fuck?
and he was 20.
Yeah, I believe she was supposed to be 19.
She was,
18 or 19.
I think 18 because they said something about 17, and then the mom was like, "She's 18 now."
Oh, that's
Something like
right,
that.
because they didn't need
But
consent.
they had
to
been
do it.
dating for a fucking year and
Yep.
porking.
And they just come out and say it. We've been sleeping together for a year. Like, really?
You know what? I guess.
Wow.
You
To
think
each
That's
their own.
what you're going to
That's
lead
fucking-
with?
Yeah.
But that fucking kid, like you texted me about that last night, Ren. That kid's a piece of shit.
Yep.
Oh, Val.
Yeah. I did not like him.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
He is. If
He was
if you
a
really,
good-looking kid that was very sweet about his request, but at the same time, fuck you, dude.
He's a shithead.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
When I saw the movie years ago, it didn't really click with me that he was bad.
Not
Right,
at all.
you
I see it
don't
now,
think-
and I'm like, I've got a kid now, and I'm like, man, if my kid did that to me, I would be hurt.
Right, regardless of the situation. Pretend to be somebody else. No. You're embarrassed by me? No.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna make.
Well, and he basically-
I would make it 20 times worse.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would, whatever I'm doing, I would exaggerate tenfold, 20-fold.
Oh yeah.
What number did I
couldn't
say before? I
imagine
can't remember.
doing that to my parents.
dum.
Well, and he basically shunned Nathan Lane.
I know.
They
Like,
just wanted him to get out.
And
That's
you could
basically
tell,
his mother.
right? And you could tell the connection there. And then obviously they're more focused on just he wants his real mother there. That he hadn't seen since he was born. Mm-hmm. Well, never seen her.
Who is?
Christine Baranski. She plays Catherine. She's actually his birth mother. But yeah, that's the one night stand that we mentioned a little bit earlier. Armand did have a drunken one night stand with Catherine, played by Christine Baranski, and they had Val.
She likes them hairy men.
She does like her hairy man.
Now she didn't
Now
realize,
like
yeah, she
animal.
didn't realize until now.
That's true, because she was talking about like, where did all that chest hair come from?
That's right. Yeah.
So Armand was smooth back in the day. But
Baby's buttocks.
but also Catherine and Val, mother and son, have not had any interaction ever.
Did you notice that her assistant was just randomly reading Nietzsche?
Yes.
Nietzsche? Yeah, I saw that.
We were like, wow.
I commented on that. I'm like,
like,
I
that
made
is
the
such a random
stereotypical, like,
read.
there's no way she's reading that. But at the same time, I'm like, not all receptionists are fucking stupid, man.
Yep.
Like, what-
I know. I'm like,
That's so
I mean,
funny.
I immediately
I have the
went,
same moral conundrum with myself. I'm just like, am I harsh judging this gal or stereotyping? No, that was the first thing I noticed. I'm like, okay.
It was an odd choice for like a
It was an
beauty
odd
place.
choice.
During the day, just
casually.
I'm
It's
just gonna
fine.
read this while I work for this lady.
I like reading the Germans.
maybe she's in college and it's for a class.
Could be,
Maybe.
or maybe that because we're just bashing her for no fucking reason. Maybe she was just curious and
Hey,
wanted to read
I'm
his
putting her
fucking
in
work.
college. At least I'm giving her that.
Right?
She was
She's smart.
going through a whole quarter life crisis at the time.
Quarter life crisis.
I went through one. It was a divorce. It counts.
Not to me, folks.
No. Yeah, he's just still here.
I was divorce number 2. We're getting back together.
It's complicated.
It'll be divorce number 3.
No.
You guys need to see Run, Ronnie, Run. How am I supposed to get a babysitter? Ain't you got a TV? Anyway, sorry. The movie's fucking great, but the same man and woman get married and divorced like 4 or 5 times, and then the movie starts with him proposing again.
This is why we don't have kids.
She says no, and he's like, I just asked you to marry me. No. Yes, I did, bitch. You need to clean the shit out your ears and listen better. Anyway. The movie's fucked. It's
Maybe
so
we'll
good.
get to that one.
Oh, I'm definitely choosing it if I ever run into somebody who's in it.
Barbara shares news of her father's plan to Val. So basically, she's letting Val know that her and her family are just going to show up at Armand and Albert's home in South Beach above the drag club in order to escape the press. Okay, so this is the master plan. And so Barbara shares news of her father's plan to Val. To cover the Goldman's truth, she has told her parents that Armand is straight and that he's a cultural attaché to Greece. Armand dislikes the idea of being forced into the closet, but agrees to play along, enlisting the help of friends and club employees to redecorate the family's apartment because of all the phallic-shaped decor. Val and Armand attempt to get Albert out of the house, but when they fail, Albert suggests that he will pose as Val's straight uncle. So Armand contacts Catherine and explains the situation. She promises to come to the party and pretend to be his wife and Val's mother, whom, I mean, she really is, but she'll pretend to be Armand's wife. Armand then tries to coach Albert on how to be straight, but Albert's flamboyant nature makes the task incredibly difficult. The Keeleys arrive at the Goldmans regardless, and they come into their redecorated apartment. They're greeted by Agador, who is attempting to pass as a Greek butler named Spartacus.
Spartacus. Agador Spartacus.
I love
You got to do it in the deeper voice.
Agador Spartacus.
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 I love Hank Azaria. All right. Catherine, on her way, gets caught in traffic, so Albert fills in as Armand's wife. Albert just decides that he's coming in. He's going to play Armand's wife. He's dressed as a woman. He's believable to, I guess, Barbara's dad, to Kevin. But despite the success of the evening, trouble begins when the senator's chauffeur betrays him to 2 tabloid journalists. Harry Radman and his photographer, who have been hoping for a scoop on the coalition story, follow the Keeleys to South Beach. So we're sitting in this like above the birdcage, right? And the frickin' paparazzi have found him. While they research the birdcage, they also remove a note that Armand has left on the door, informing Catherine not to come upstairs. So when Catherine arrives, she unknowingly reveals the deceptions, leading Val to confess the scheme, the whole lie, and finally identifies Albert as his true parent. Okay, yeah, so we were kind of just going into it before in our conversation, so once we get, we're here at the second act officially, they've brought up this whole lie about Val's family. And I'm like, I would never do that to my parents.
No.
Like, what the fuck?
Did you guys feel, now that we're in the second act and it was a lengthy description, did you notice how gassed the first part of the movie is, and all of a sudden, because the part you're talking about, I remember looking at the time on the movie, what was left, and you're almost done. Like, essentially, like, when they show up for the dinner, it's just like almost done, but I felt like the movie just flew.
Oh,
up
yeah,
until
completely.
that point.
Completely.
Yeah.
Because there's so much going on. For one. 2, you have a great cast carrying you through it.
Yeah.
Except for fucking Ally McBeal. Fuck her.
I mean, I think the funniest parts are like showing Armand trying to teach Albert how to act straight and walk straight and put that pinky down. And
You pierced the toast. So what?
they both just toss the toast at the restaurant.
It's so funny. I knew a gal that would do that sway, and I just remember thinking, I was like, that shit ain't natural. I was like, how long did you practice that to where it did become natural?
Well, with the hands out.
Yeah,
and
just
shit?
kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
It's the South Beach sway.
Well, I was explained when I was a kid that it was because of high heels.
I can
like
see
women
that.
not knowing how to walk in high heels. They'd like kind of do this as balance, and then
Sure.
it just became habit.
Yeah.
I could be way off.
Dude,
But
I knew another gal when we were younger, when she would get plastered, her hand would come out when she walked.
maybe
It's
it's a
like,
balance
what?
thing.
I'm like, what are you doing?
I think
Like
that,
it's a phantom cane.
Right, yeah.
Ha! Take that, gravity.
I think that one's definitely for balance. I think. But yeah, the hands out, palms down, hands out, and the sachet, if you will. And and Albert does it all the way through the marketplace in South Beach and talks to all of the the people selling the produce.
He
and
does
whatnot. I just
a
love
good job
it.
on just gliding around throughout the
Yeah.
whole movie.
Albert's just light as a feather through this film, and I love it. Except for when the dramatics hit.
In that scene when he dons the suit.
Oh
And he-
my God! It's the slow burn of him walking in.
Yeah, he starts with the sway and then he realizes, oh, I gotta stop it. So then the hands come down and then it's a little less natural. And he's like,
Kind
stiff.
of hunches
And
over.
it's John Wayne with the arms down, the walk,
Oh my God, it's
And then when
awkward.
and then hitting Sim. That's what I just said. Him sitting on the armoire, or is it the armoire or whatever?
It's like the little bench at the end of a
The armrest,
bed.
whatever.
Whatever.
it's a
Then he
rest
slips.
for the arm.
Yeah. It looks great, but what's with the pink?
Oh, the
Oh,
pink
socks.
Yes.
I had to be a little fashionable. I'm sorry.
When you need a little color.
You need a little pop of color, obviously. But also that scene kind of makes me sad, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You're
Well-
putting yourself in a box.
Well, and here's
it.
here's one thing. I'm seeing it on both sides, right? I'm more so that the kid's a fucking schmuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a schlemiel.
He is a schmuck.
Anyway,
A little schmeckle.
Yes.
right. But he's a schmuck. He's the fucking selfish little prick. But I understand why Robin or
Armand.
and Albert would go with this because that's their kid.
They love him.
Did we talk
Yeah,
about
they
how they
love
had
him.
to undo them to make it Coleman instead of Golden?
That was a subtle note.
Right, but it's just
the
a tack
reporters-
onto what's happening with the whole Sid.
The reporters really. Speaking of which, that chubby reporter.
Yeah, that's heavyweight.
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
I have that in my notes. I was hoping to surprise you with that.
Fun facts by Eric.
He beat you to it.
Because
But
you
yeah.
didn't say it.
I know. Fun facts. Fun facts.
Phallic shaped decor.
Phallic shaped decor.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. Lots of
I need to
There
program that into a button now.
phallic shaped decor.
Phallic shaped
I thought that there
decor.
was some items that they wanted to remove that I was like, that's not gay.
Right.
Like, why
Yeah, it
are
was like
you?
it was just fancy.
Yeah. I'm like, don't take every. I mean, they literally cleared that place out.
Well, I think that was the joke of it because they made that one room so bald except for the cross, and then they had those old church chairs and like it.
Fucking crucifix on the wall.
God.
The giant ass crucifix. Like, oh my God.
I got it from a yard sale. I figured you'd like it.
Where her mom made the comment of, she's like, oh, I like how there's no clutter in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's very clean.
Like when Albert was feeling defeated and he was going away after he went to go talk to the mom to come to the dinner.
Oh, yes.
When Albert, like, he stole the car, he comes back after Robin Williams does. When he's leaving, he just grabbed his toothbrush for his note. I'm going to the cemetery with nothing but a toothbrush. And Robin Williams is like, how Egyptian. That's a very clever joke.
It is.
I love it. With nothing but a toothbrush. And then he slings the little, like, bag over his shoulder.
Did you notice that the toothbrush head was sticking out the top?
Yes.
And I was just like, what's the point of this?
Right.
That's the fun. Like, I feel Albert sometimes. Like, some days I'm just like, you know what? Fuck all of it. I'm gonna go to the cemetery and I'm taking my toothbrush. And there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Oh, Albert was so dramatic, though. So dramatic.
Dude, I bet you he had so much fun doing that role, though.
Right.
He's like, I get to exaggerate everything, how I'm actually feeling.
Yes.
The only other thing I can think of that he's done before this was playing Timon.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. That was like what he was the thing before this that he was most known for as a film. Oh, also I forgot to mention that Hank Azaria, he actually based his voice on his grandmother's.
Oh, really? That's amazing.
And it was spot on.
I watched an interview with him last night. The picture with him, he was dressed like Lucy.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
he
yes.
was a mixture between Lucy and Ricky.
Ricky Martin.
Yeah.
Ricardo.
Ricardo. Oh, is it Ricardo?
Yeah, Ricky Martin is a singer.
Still, with the
Anyway.
move. He has Ricky Martin moves.
She bang. Oh, he was talking about it. He showed a picture of him in that to his dad, and he's like, "That's not you." It's like, yeah, then that's me in the movie that I'm doing. No, that's not you. I don't believe it. Too hot to be you.
I
Oh
mean,
my god.
he really does have nice legs. Like, I mean, he really does.
He's just a stud.
And then he's got just fruit like hanging from his top.
Oh, fruit.
tatas.
Dangly parts. Was it a banana you were looking at? You little
No,
perv?
it was grapes. There were grapes and apples, and they were hanging from his
And the banana.
non-existent bosom. Are you pottying right now?
We were talking about Hank Azaria, and all of a sudden Ben had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, is
Right.
that how this works? I
It's
get
like
it.
banana hammer.
I get it. I get it. Along with Steve Martin, Jim Carrey and Billy Crystal were also considered for the role of
I couldn't
Armand.
take Jim Carrey serious. I think it's
No way.
because he does that. I don't know. Yeah, no.
Might have
No,
been
not
too
into
over the
it.
top.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think it would have been
overactor. Yeah,
as believable. I don't
No.
know. There's something about the chemistry between Robin Williams and Nathan Lane that I think is just like, I can't put anybody else in either one of those roles now because them together is just like, it's such a perfect match for
Right.
this film.
well,
So-
the fact that he Robin Williams was down to backseat as not being the comic, I think was like the best, and he did it so
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I can definitely see that. I mean, he really does love his son. He loves Val. And even though at first, I mean, it really does, it hurts him. And he's like, no, I will not pretend to be something
definitely-
I'm not.
Highlights the values of the time, like because
Yeah.
they're putting their own beliefs aside because society doesn't like it at the time. Mm-hmm. And then, but yeah, you're still, yeah, you see it for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he does it out of love for his son. And his son's kind of a piece of shit. I still think that that's just terrible.
He is a piece of shit.
He does come clean. I appreciate that he comes clean, admits it
Trying
eventually.
to lock down the
but
17-year-old Strange.
Right.
but I
With
mean,
undertones of pedophilia.
maybe this is why I don't have kids because if my children did that to me, I'd be like, fuck no. And you're not getting married until you can drink. Like, I'm not going, no. Like, I'm not
fuck.
going to pretend to be something I'm not when I brought you up in this world.
The frontal lobe isn't developed until 25. I don't think they should fucking get married until they're 25 to 30.
I mean,
agree.
I know there's plenty of people that get married young and they stay married. There's also plenty of people that get married young and get divorced. So I would be like, no, I'm not going to put myself in this position. You're just going to get divorced in 3 years.
Did you sign a prenup? Better have signed that prenup.
Shame.
Ain't you got a TV?
Oh my god.
Also, do you guys remember the scene? So they're doing dinner, right? With the Keeleys, and Agador is supposed to be making dinner, right? Agador Spartacus is supposed to be making dinner, and and Robin Williams goes in to check on the main course. Well, there is no entree. Agador's like, I didn't make an entree.
Oh, fuck the shrimp.
He said soup is a meal.
Okay, so after that, Robin Williams, he slips and falls during the shrimp scene, and that was not planned. And so if you pay attention, Hank Azaria and Dan Futterman, who plays Val, they're just like trying desperately to hold back their laughter because it fit the scene so well, but it was a complete accident, and he really did slip and fall and like bust his ass.
Right.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That was completely ad-libbed. And then the director had to have a towel over his head during these scenes
Yes.
because he was so afraid of like the laughter coming through the
oh
track.
my god.
Yeah, he had to be covered by a sound blanket of sorts because he, especially during the toast scene, I guess, but he was laughing too hard. It kept coming through, which I get.
Dude, I would be fucking I would not be able to direct this movie
Right.
because I'd just be hysterical the entire time.
Oh yeah, I mean, even watching it, I've seen it a gazillion times.
Can you imagine being the director of Mouse Hunt?
I wouldn't be
Like
able to do
with
it.
Nathan
those
Lane.
two?
Yeah, fucking
Those two would be just as fun.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like
I'd
it
laugh
would-
my ass off the whole time. Nothing would
I
get done.
can't imagine like how fun it must have been. Just like if you partner with certain actors like that, it's like, all right, dude, we get to do bits for the next 2
right.
months.
Yeah.
and just be exaggerated.
Yeah.
Like, Mouse Hunt is a live action Looney Tunes movie.
Oh, speaking of like kind of doing bits back and forth, while filming The Birdcage, Hank Azaria, he was good friends with Billy Bob Thornton.
Damn.
Somehow they were good friends. And Billy Bob Thornton was working on the production of his film Sling Blade.
Mashed potatoes.
I like the way you talk too.
Okay, so as both characters had distinctive like voices, and behavior in these two films, they actually used to work on their characters' voices together by driving around and pretending that Agador and Carl Childers were in a buddy cop film together.
That is the most amazing
Can
duo
you think
ever.
of those two? And they were totally in character the whole time. They used to drive around and just to practice their mannerisms and their accents and their voices.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, right? I was like,
I want to see that
that's
movie now.
really
Right,
cool.
I do too.
I bet that
They
was
should just do a parody of it.
right.
I think that would be fucking hilarious.
Can you imagine just like walking down the street and then there's Billy Bob Thornton and Hank Azaria as Agador? I just want to know, like,
Agador Spartacus.
I can't fucking as a cop. I love it.
Dude, Hank Azaria is so fucking funny.
I'd watch that.
Don't mind him. He's just a little slow.
Was that the shoe scene?
No, I'm talking. If they were in that movie together
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
as a buddy cop.
Oh, don't mind him. He's just a little slow. I see.
Slow.
I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, I
My
mean,
Pirin tablets. I'm a fucking slow one for not figuring that one out.
my parent tablet.
Dude, same. I said the
Agador.
same thing to patients. What is that? And she's like, I don't know.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I had no idea.
Oh, that's great.
Did you catch that?
Yeah. But then when you
Fuck
ask
you
what,
guys for
Red
having
light.
a higher IQ.
But,
yeah.
Like, him and I are over here, 2 + 3 = chair, and you
Well-
guys are fucking E = MC. Fuck you
we're
guys.
like the two that like,
It's aspirin.
yeah, think we have high IQs.
Yeah, I get it now. Thanks.
It's just aspirin with the A and the S scraped off.
no, but Ben got me though because he asked what is a Pirin tablet. Then I thought, okay, well it's you take the 8,
Yeah.
yeah. But then I thought, well, shit, is there really a Pirin tablet out there also? So
I mean,
that's
if
where I
you-
thought you,
it-
you knew. You were like,
right.
nope, there actually is something called a Pirin. And I was like, have I ever seen a pill that really was that?
It's like fucking lewds, bro.
So then you confused me, and I'm like, well, shit, now I don't know.
Listen, if it was an anti-anxiety pill out there named Pirin, I would know about it.
Fair.
All right. I've tried them all.
Try them all. This one makes me anxious. This one makes me sleepy. This one makes me angry.
So I take them all at once and see what
This
happens.
one makes me pee. Yeah. She becomes the Hulk.
No, it's pill roulette.
This one makes me green.
That's been my whole last year. Just pill roulette.
See, the trick is, I'm always angry.
I bulk up, but I'm quite calm.
Okay, so I know you have to go. I'll just do this professionally. But thank you for being on the episode.
We appreciate you.
We'll
Thanks,
finish Act 3
Ren.
without you. But I would
Thanks
like
for
to get
having
your rating now. We do it on a 1, 2, 3
1, 2,
scale.
3.
One being, well, I'll let you. since
Yeah,
it's
one
your
being just a one undone, 2 being, rent occasionally, 3 being, the own this for life type movie. What do you think?
I enjoy it. I'd probably say 2.5.
2.5.
All right.
2.5.
We're adding the
little,
0.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
0.5. We appreciate
All
that.
right.
I like it.
Mixing it up.
Wait,
right.
no,
So-
maybe I'm confused about the question. Was this about rating Birdcage?
Yes.
Ah, yeah, then 2.5.
2.5. I respect
If
that.
I'm rating your podcast, probably 1.
That's fair.
No, I'm kidding.
Should I-
3 for sure.
Should I do the -100 like Eric did for Friday the 13th?
Yeah. That's
Our
at the-
podcast. Hi, Mom.
No, this was fun. Thanks for having me. But yeah, Birdcage 2.5 for sure. It was enjoyable. It hits different when you're older for sure.
Oh, it does.
100
I
fucking
agree.
percent.
Yeah, because
When
when I
just-
was a kid, I didn't really appreciate it. I'm like, well, I was expecting Robin Williams to be more of the funny man. Didn't
Right.
expect him to be the straight man.
And
but-
could you, just being... I want to think about, being, our age now, then? When it came out?
Right.
How everybody... Yeah. How everybody viewed it then. Because, obviously, our mothers loved it. So, obviously, they saw it then. But, it's what did our dads think,
Well, I made my dad take me to what was it? Congratulations to Wong Fu, thanks for everything, or something like that. I can't remember the exact title because it's a weird title. I loved Patrick Swayze when I was a kid. Fuck, I love him now. He's on my belt buckle. I love Patrick Swayze.
Me
I love
too.
John Leguizamo.
He's a cousin of mine.
Wesley fucking Snipes. It's set in Nebraska. Me being a kid, what did it come out in 94, 95, 96? I can't remember.
Something like that.
I was a kid. And I was like, I
Mid-90s.
want to see Tu Wong Fu. My dad's like, I don't know what that is, but let's go. And then during the movie, I remember him looking at me like, what the fuck are we watching, boy?
We need to leave.
No, he never said that. My grandma made me leave a movie, but that was Celtic Pride. She was just like, there's too many fuck jokes. We're leaving. No, my dad was looking at me like, is he going to be gay?
I can
So-
just imagine Greg taking it.
Right. I'm babbling. It's irrelevant. It really is.
My dad's a farrier.
He's a fairy? What?
He's
That's
fairier
what
than
so
fairy.
many people say when I say he's a farrier. He's a fairy? No, he shoes horses. He shoots horses? That's inhumane.
That's always the next.
But then he
He
puts
shoots
shoes on him
horses?
after he shoots him.
Right.
What the fuck, people?
Long story short, 2.5. Congratulations. That's a good
That's
score.
a good score.
Yeah. I love
It's a good movie.
It is.
But now, we're gonna kindly ask you to fuck off and move your car. I'm just
day.
kidding. I love you. Thank you for all the work you've done
Thank
for this
you,
shit.
Yeah, we
Ren.
really appreciate it.
Even if the fans don't like it, Mom,
It's
we
okay.
we love it.
We love it. And it's
But
our podcast.
Wait, she didn't love it? She didn't like it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying that's our only listener.
Oh.
Besides you and myself.
Yeah.
We haven't released anything yet.
Well, we've been
fair.
listening to the episodes. I got to make
Yeah.
sure everything sounds good and that I'm not
Right.
being a putz.
Kevin is initially confused by the whole situation, but his wife Louise informs him of the truth and scolds him for being more concerned with his career than his family's happiness. When attempting to leave, he is ambushed by the paparazzi camped outside to take his picture. Albert then realizes that there is a way for the family to escape without being recognized. He dresses them in drag, and they use the apartment's back entrance to sneak into the birdcage, where they make their way out of the nightclub without incident. Barbara and Val are married in an interfaith service that both families attend. And they all live happily ever after.
The playing down of like he's obsessed with what was Albert's female name?
Oh, Crystal? No. Starlight?
No, the when he was playing the mother. Was it Barbara?
No, Barbara's the name of Val's fiance.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Ally McBeal, you little bitch. You started this whole fucking thing. Well, anyway, Albert as
His mother.
the Barbara Bush looking mother.
Does she use the name Catherine?
Oh,
maybe
she does. Yeah, because he had
'Cause
mentioned
he had
his
already
mother's name was
said-
Catherine. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Gene Hackman Kevin is so enamored by this.
You're just
this
the ideal woman.
Right.
he just loves her.
When they were talking about abortion, he's like, yeah, you know what? I think they should just kill the mothers. Oh my God.
God.
The fetus.
Fucking dying. But he's like, oh, yeah, staunch Republican woman. When the real mother walks in and they start piecing everything together, he's like, no, he starts getting angry about it. I'm like, your buddy just died in a prostitute's bed, a minor prostitute's bed. This is really that outlandish?
Right.
Yeah.
But then they see the paparazzi like arriving in droves outside the window, and they're like, fuck.
They found him.
Yeah, well, because their driver's a piece of shit for one.
Right.
Like hire
God,
somebody you
right?
can trust. You know, and I noticed, or did you notice really quick on the way when they were driving to Miami? Gene Hackman was driving, and the driver was asleep.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I think that they were just exaggerating how long of a drive it was. I guess.
Right, but weren't they coming from like DC? I think they were
Yeah.
coming from DC.
DC to
and
Florida is
going.
a very long.
That's
drive.
a 1,600
Yeah.
mile drive, so I can understand switching. But at the same time, it's kind of highlighting this guy isn't doing his job.
Yeah.
He's just kind of a dick fart.
right.
Well, then it
Little-
makes me wonder. I'm like, okay, how much are they paying this guy if he's just like taking all this money from these people
Right.
and easily giving up
He
the
could just-
information?
He could just being greedy. He's like, well, I get
Yeah.
a bunch from them, but I could get more.
I mean,
it
look who
could
he's
be-
working for.
It could be, but it looked like the camp counselor from Heavyweights just handed him a 20.
$20.
Yeah, I
That
could
is
be
what it
mistaken.
looked
Somebody
like.
Yeah.
correct us. It looked like he just slipped him $20. Where are they headed? South Beach. All right. That's all it takes?
That's all it takes.
You fucking dickhead.
Maybe 20. I don't know. In the 90s, $20 at the time could be like equivalent to like, you know, $80, 80 to 100. But even then,
it's
like,
not
it's
that
like,
much.
But even then, it's just like I wouldn't do that for that. Like,
Right? He's just giving it up. Like, I don't fucking care
I'm
about
gonna
these
give
people.
up my
Right,
fucking
and he did
salary
it-
job for this.
He did it like 2 other times in
Yeah.
South Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, and my
Just fuck it. Whatever.
I
Here
know
you
I'm
go.
jumping ahead, but like at the very end when he's like, "Meet me on the corner of blah 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 in 20 minutes." It's like, you wish.
Yeah.
It's
Has
like
no idea, obviously.
that's the guy you're fucking driving. Gene Hackman was not that discreet in drag. You could tell it was Gene Hackman.
Oh, right.
That's why I was kind of shocked that like the paparazzi. Well, I guess they're not paying attention. They're not looking for him in a
Right.
wig. But at the same
especially
time,
Mr. Right Wing, yeah, they're like, there's no way.
right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what is he doing in this part of town? Could he be living a different life? That's where,
Diddling.
as a reporter brain, that's where. Anyway, but back to the party. They're frantically trying to figure it out, and they're explaining the situation. Look, and this is when the kid comes forward and is like, "I was a piece of shit. This is what's actually going on, and I stand by my father and mother."
He takes off Albert's wig.
Yeah.
Sweet Albert.
Yep. Sweet Albert, just standing there with his wig off of his head, still dressed in a pink pantsuit or
Yeah.
If he wouldn't have gone blonde for that, I feel like it would have been more convincing.
yeah. I
Like,
mean,
if
he's a
he was
dark-haired man.
brunette, I feel like it would have been fine.
That was a great wig. I was looking at the hairline.
It was very well done.
Yes.
Right. I don't know. I just think maybe the blonde like highlighted a little bit, especially in that situation. You're not really trying to go for the drag look. You're actually just trying to pretend to be this woman. I think the brunette would have been more natural.
The bright colors were accentuating his 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
So I'm in agreement.
Oh, Albert.
Agreement with you that he should have been wearing darker colors.
Yeah. But the wig was great. And all of the
See his 5 o'clock shadow. When he's having one of his moments and he just fucking pulls out the fucking razor. Dude, those type of razors give you a 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh, I know.
Like, if you want like a natural-esque looking 5 o'clock shadow, use those cheap ass razors like that. And just the buzzers or whatever, they don't have any guard on them or anything. I used to use one when I first got facial hair, when I was 15, when I had a full beard.
Yeah, I use trimmers now. Trimmers.
But yeah, I thought that, all of the costuming, all the wigs and the makeup, obviously the Birdcage is pretty well known. It's a very popular place in South Beach.
I'd
And
imagine so. How
Place
fucking
was packed 3
spread
nights in a
out
row.
it is,
Yeah, it's huge. And like you said, like they have professional makeup artists and hairstylists. Everybody is just, it's a big show. So it doesn't quite surprise me that Albert was able to throw this together and make
Right.
it look legit. And
Well, and notice he, like everybody else, had like their own makeup artists and everything. And at the beginning, Albert turned it into Starina, did his own shit.
oh yeah, he does his own.
God damn
It's the
right.
old school.
Yeah.
I think it's funny with them throwing everybody in drag. Fucking.
I thought it was great. Such a good idea.
I have this note. I told him white would make me look fat. Gene Hackman.
I love it. I love it that, Albert and Gene Hackman are arm in arm when they're walking out and they're just dancing. He's trying to get him to loosen up a little bit. And it's great.
It always make that like those types of situations always make me think of Meet the Fockers
How so?
with
I have nipples, Greg. Could you
yeah
milk me?
him yes because like Greg's parents loosen him up and then he just has a better livelihood because he was open to these doors he was closed to.
Oh yeah. That's a good metaphor for life anyway.
Right.
Like if you're constantly shutting off the rest of the world, you're gonna be bitter and cold.
Right.
Like if you just embrace, it's like, all right, I don't know if you guys are a fan of Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. He's kind of like a motivational speaker, but he's a multimillionaire, made it from the bottom up. His dad was an immigrant, and anyway, he's always like, if you want to be positive, he kind of talks like this. You got to cut the negativity out of your life and open your heart to everybody else. You see? And then you need to go to garage sales and buy stuff and then flip it on eBay, right? And then that's how you'll make $1 million when you're broke, okay? Then you can take that money anyway. But I'm doing a terrible impression of him, but that you get the gist of it. But
It was what was that guy's name from
then you got to turn it into an NFT, okay? Sorry.
what was it? He just died recently. That reminds me of at least your impression. Kind of has like a voice like that. Anyway,
Got
go on
nothing.
with life.
Oh, well, anyway, yeah. Life is so much better when you just quit fucking worrying about what everybody else is doing.
I was gonna say
Just fucking live your life. Let everybody else live their life. Be open to different ideas. That's it.
I've referred to this in like competitive senses before, but it applies to everything. How if you kind of skill ceiling yourself with stuff, if you refuse to learn, refuse to grow, refuse to just adapt to situations.
You're going to be stuck in your own world.
Exactly. Like you can't get any better at what you're doing. Like that applies to everything. Like
everything in every aspect of life.
Like those people that are always like, obviously there's a difference between like mentoring somebody that's new to a situation and not taking in a different type of experience to said situation and just automatically thinking you know everything about something.
Right. There comes a time in every person's life that they need to realize they're chasing their own tail.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So once you come to that realization, whatever it may be, like, I stubbed my toe. Why'd you stub your toe? Were you paying attention where you were walking? That from the most minute.
There was nothing I could do about it.
Right. From the most minute of details to the biggest. But so Gene Hackman in drag was one of my favorite things ever, and he's nervously dancing. Right. He's going through the club, like,
it's like
looking around,
the
like, oh fuck, where's the
shoulders.
paparazzi? Yeah, the shoulders, his big butch shoulders.
It's just which
Loosen
I
the
couldn't tell
shoulder.
if they also. I'm pretty sure they also had shoulder pads in that that little
Well, I feel
jacket.
like you,
Yes,
you
but-
had to just to like hide it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look the part.
And he's a butch man with very broad shoulders anyway.
Yes.
But how?
it just accentuated.
Just imagine Gene Hackman dressed like that, but he's on the field in the replacements trying to coach a football team. I always think whenever I think of Gene Hackman nowadays, I just think of the replacements. I love that movie, so it's
Well, I just had to do the Google. Gene Hackman is 6'2".
Oh yeah.
So, and
He's
then I think they didn't put him in necessarily like stilettos or anything, but they put him in some shoes that were a little
little
higher.
bit higher,
So he's
yeah.
like 6'7" in this fucking scene,
He's
just towering over everybody.
a big woman, but that's not uncommon there.
I can't even imagine walking through life like that. I'm on the lower end,
Dude,
so I'm just kind of like here.
with my boots, with my work boots, I'm 6'6".
Yep.
I
Tall
could never
man.
even imagine the world.
Dude, it sucks. You hit your head on fucking everything.
Well, that's just like at work right now. I've said this before. I'm the person in charge. I'm one of the shortest, and everyone's always talking about how they gotta like kink their neck to walk through like by the hood, and I'm just
Yep.
like,
I have
I
something that
don't
will make
know.
you feel better. Every kid has a dream to be an astronaut at some point in their life, right?
I want to go to space, and I want to do this.
Right.
The height requirements are 5'2" to 6'3" for NASA. I'm 6'4". Too tall to be an astronaut. Be anything you want to be my ass,
suck it.
right?
He can't be an astronaut.
But you can.
You can't fit in the cockpit.
Fuck.
You
I'll
could
fit
be.
my cock in your pit. Never mind. Anyway,
What?
back to the movie.
Eric could be an astronaut. Now back to the birdcage.
So they escape, and then the everything's all hunky dory. Everybody makes up and hugs and drives off.
Yeah, I liked that. I mean, they kind of came together. They solved the fucking problem. Everybody, I mean, they had something to be thankful for,
Right.
From Val's family, and so I mean, I think that in itself kind of brought them together in
Yeah.
this whole
It
problem.
was the
solving.
90s. There's a positive message at the end.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You know.
And they were better for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they got divorced, they were still friends.
yeah.
Wait, who got divorced?
When Val.
Oh, Val
Val
and Ally McBeal.
Yeah, they get divorced. The family still stayed friends.
Fucking Ally.
But yeah,
Because, she turned 20 herself when he was, 24, 3.
He was 42.
I'm about to be
Sorry,
21.
Jet Li.
I can't be married to you.
Right. I'm about to be legal age of bars. Thank you.
well, both of them were much older than what their characters were supposed to be. when
yeah.
I'm gonna go do lines
Played
off this
them.
guy's boner in this bar, and
But yeah, both of them were much younger. Val and Barbara. They were both much younger in the birdcage than they actually were in real life by like quite a bit.
Right.
In fact, Louise,
they were much younger or older.
No, the
Their
people
characters.
themselves were
Their characters
older,
were
and
younger than they actually were.
younger.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's Hollywood typical.
Right.
Because you
Quite
watch
a
any
bit.
movie with like high school kids,
Stick some braces on them, bitch.
right? Besides, well, Tom Holland was 18 when I think he got the Spider-Man role. He still looks fucking baby-faced as fuck. Most of those people are like in their fucking 20s. Like Heath Ledger. Mm-hmm. He was late 20. He was almost 30 when he played the role in 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, I know.
He was almost fucking 30 and he was playing an 18-year-old.
All the
Fair,
girls know.
He's timeless, though. Like, he looks the same.
All of us were like,
Yeah.
I don't see that in my high school.
oh my God, he just made me a slip and slide by walking by me.
Oh, we all loved it. It was fucking yeah. Rest in peace. Rest in
Hugh
rest in
Jackman.
hotness.
Hugh Jackman. Gene Hackman. Well, Hugh Jackman makes me a slip and slide too, but Gene Hackman definitely did with it in The Drag.
Oh yeah.
And there was something about that wig and his nervous face. You just squinted. You're like, ew, gross. Like, yes, I'm making a joke.
All right. So, should we get into the ratings?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
already explained the scores.
I did explain the scores.
So, since it's your movie,
Yeah, what
or
you got?
your pick,
Should I go first?
indubitably.
All right. Well, this is pretty
Indubitably.
fucking obvious, but it's a 3 for me. It's a solid 3. It's a 3. It's a 6. It's a 9. It's a 10. I don't know. I love this movie. No, I really do. It's been one of my favorites since back probably in the late 90s when I saw it for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I will always go to this as being my favorite movie. Yeah.
So where, like, if
fabulous.
it was in a top 5, where would it be?
In a top 5?
I am very animated with my arms right now.
You got the freedom over there.
Yes. 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 Yes.
This movie brings
Let's
out
do the fork in the garbage disposal.
It brings out the femininity in everyone. It's okay. We
Right.
get it.
Hey, call me Kiki.
Where are my parent tablets?
I'm such a fucking idiot.
Me too.
Anyway.
I didn't even realize. I was like, okay.
Now, see, Ben doesn't realize that now at home, I'm just going to constantly be asking him, I'm in pain. I need my parent tablets.
I'm gonna be like, what are those?
Honey, please bring me my parent tablets.
But
yeah.
anyway, all right, 1 to 5. Like, is this in your top 5?
Oh,
like, what are
yes.
your top 5 movies of all time?
Oh, you're going to put me on the spot like that right
well,
now?
just give me a couple. They don't need to be in
fucking
order.
A, shit.
They don't need to be in order.
Okay,
Right.
all right. So top movies of all time. The Birdcage has been in my top 5 since I probably developed a top 5.
Mm-hmm.
But I would also put in there, I'm a big fan of Miracle, the hockey movie.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
wow.
That's a really
yeah,
good one.
It is a good one.
I love
She almost chose that.
I almost did,
a few
yes.
movies back.
Yep. I love Miracle. I love that movie. God, there's so many really good. I love Garden State. I know that's like not a very common favorite among people, but I love Garden
Why?
State.
Garden State's fine.
I've never seen it.
I'll
watch it with
I
you.
like it.
It's good.
I like it a
I've
lot.
seen plenty of chick flick.
Well, it's kind of like
Got
a
the ports in it.
yeah. It's got Natalie Portman in it.
Neato.
But yeah, that's a great movie. Shit. Those are just like the 3 that come to mind right off the bat.
That's fine.
But-
I'm not going to stress you out, but that's
I'm like, oh my God, I have to
that makes
think
sense
more.
though. That makes sense.
But yeah, it is. It may be my number 1. I love this movie. Never gets old for me. So I will continue watching this until my dying day.
Well, all right.
And that's all I have to say about that.
For me, I think I have to agree with Ren, and I will explain this. I agree with the 2.5.
Okay.
All right.
Just because, so if you'd have asked me my rating about this movie before I watched it, I'd have maybe said it was a 2 or 1.5. Just because I had not seen it since I was younger. It's kind of been amazing. That's been my favorite part about this podcast thus far. It has been watching movies that I hadn't seen in forever and just looking through them with my 30-plus-year-old eyes. Mm-hmm. And just,
Yeah.
like you said, your brain don't develop till you're 25. So, like, yeah, just all the controversial topics, especially, just thinking about how a lot of that stuff might have been, like, just canceled nowadays. I don't know if you could even release this movie nowadays just because it'd be too highlighting and too right-wing, even though they were making fun of the right-wing the whole time. Just because back then they just wanted it to, it was during the age of they wanted it to, they wanted to be free. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so I appreciate all of those things about it. I appreciate the intelligence of a lot of their jokes, the small things, and but like I said, it's not something I'd necessarily watch all the time. So like I respect it, but that's where the 0.5 comes from.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I do agree that I think that there's so many people that would cry about this if it came out right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
like,
sure.
God damn it.
How come you can't have a movie about straight people, or how come they weren't gay enough, or how come
It could be go either way.
People tear shit
Right.
apart
Like,
like
yeah,
this.
like
Somebody so much as farts and is like, that that didn't have enough femininity to it.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck
I'm
off.
glad that this was released when it was.
I give it a 2.
Okay.
It's a great movie. I love Nathan Lane. I love Robin Williams. I love Hank Azaria. And like I just mentioned, Gene Hackman's one of my favorite actors. But it's a watch occasionally for me. I don't know how to describe it. Like, I guess maybe I'll go the 2.5 route because I could own it.
That's where I landed
one.
on the 0.5.
It's
like, yeah, I agree.
Because it's one of those situations like watch occasionally, definitely. But if anybody's ever like, have you guys ever seen The Birdcage? Whoosh! I got it right here.
Right,
You know?
exactly.
Let's watch it.
So I don't know, it's a tough one, but I don't see myself watching it, but like once a year.
What
kind of
way?
thing.
What way to end this quote unquote season with adding the 0.5s to our rating?
I like
Right.
it. It's so weird. I like it.
Makes me nervous.
But no, it's hard. Seriously, I was thinking about that ever since I finished it. I was like, what do I read? Then Ren said the 0.5, and I was like, perfect.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ren.
Yeah.
I think 2.5. But anyway,
Ben had to
there
deal
I
with
go
watching.
But anyway,
Ben,
Jesus.
Ben had to deal with watching it with me, and
I
I just
deal with it. I think your laughter made it
Oh my
that
god!
much
I
funnier.
laughed so much.
Like
I could
Nathan
not shut
Lane
up.
would move his hand from his face out, and she'd.
Oh, that's great. Look, did you see it, Betty? Are you
Yeah.
watching?
No,
Daddy Longlegs, look.
It's so much. I mean, it's like watching your grandmother's favorite movie of all time with her. Like I'm slapping my knee and shit. I love it. I can't help it. I laugh out loud throughout the entire thing, and I don't care what anybody thinks.
Well, on that note, we'd like to conclude the season 1. Eric, would you like to explain what we are doing for first
the next-
episode of season 2?
Very
yeah,
exciting.
yes.
We are following Hank Azaria.
With the great glutes.
God, I love him.
But we get to see a different side of Hank Azaria as a cameraman.
Oh,
The serious side of him.
Serious side with a little cork.
You were looking for that banana again. The banana,
banana
and the grapes.
hammock?
I'm like the front side.
I can only fit into a baby carrot hammock. I'm sorry. Sorry, my love.
It's okay. That pink man thong was not large.
But we're going to go to the 1998 Godzilla.
Yes.
That was a fun movie.
Dude,
I love
that
Godzilla.
movie. Yeah, it's such like a fucking coin flip with people if they think it's stupid or not. But
Yeah,
I
Dude,
liked
the fucking all right. When he was called Puff Daddy doing the soundtrack, fuck yeah!
I love.
Dude, he was doing the
Godzilla.
fucking Led Zeppelin song. I can't put it. I
Dude,
can't remember
actually, yeah, the
lyrics.
soundtrack for the fucking movie
Dude.
slapped
It
for the
slaps.
time.
It's
That's-
not as good as the Spawn soundtrack. Thank
Spawn's
you very
great.
much.
Queen of the Dam's great.
That one's great too. Lost Highway is probably the best soundtrack of all time.
Baby Driver.
Anyway, there I go with the fucking.
I
anyway.
love Godzilla though because I'm a huge fan of creature movies in general. I love all the Godzilla films.
Creature movies are great.
I
yeah,
just,
they really are.
I mean, I know I've talked to both of you guys about
It's
how much
Gojira.
I love
moron.
how much I love the fucking Skull Island lizard things.
Yeah,
Are
I
like,
have never seen that. We bought a like a trifecta pack with 3 Godzilla movies.
I'm like, you have to see
Dude, they're
these
so
fucking
good. The
lizard things.
self-titled Godzilla that came out with the dude from Kick-Ass.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Bryan Cranston.
I dig it. I dig it.
Well, anyway, we should probably wrap this episode up. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you on Godzilla.